Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Yashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're on page 5. And I changed the tune I was going to do. It's not at all what I thought of doing. It's not on? Baruch Hu LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon.
It's on.
Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetchem LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom and Shalom Aleichem, indeed. We're going to continue with Kabbalat Shabbat with Lechu Neranena. That's on page 11. Please feel free to sing along or clap or just tap that old foot.
Lechu Neranena l'Adonai, Nariya Litzor Yishenu, Nekadma Fanav V'todah, Bizmirot Nariya Lo, Nekadma Fanav V'todah, Bizmirot Nariya Lo, Ki El Gadol Adonai, Umelech Gadol Al Kol Elohim, Asher B'yado Mechkarei Haaretz, V'to'afot Harim Lo, Asher B'yado Mechkarei Haaretz, V'to'afot Harim Lo, Asher Lo Hayam V'yasau V'yabeshet Yadav Yatzau Lo Nishtach Lev Nechayim. Arba'im shana akut bedor, va'omaram toeh levavem, v'em lo yadu derachai asher nishbati be'api, im yevo'un el menuchati.
Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, page 13.
La 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 la
Who has two hands? Can you demonstrate that you have two hands and can hold a beat? 'Cause you're Jewish, so you're musical, naturally disposed to being musical. That's awesome, guys. With the words, Shir Ladonai, Shir
שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברשמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, לא ראו על כל אלוהים נאי, כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, עוז והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. הבו לאדוני משפחות עמים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, ויבואו לאדוני כבוד שמו, זהו מנחת ובואו לחצרותיו.
Page turn over.
השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ, אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך, אבתיקון תבל בעל תימון, ידין עמים במישרים, אוהים ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, וירום הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ברננו כל עצי יער לפני אדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, בימים באמונתו, לילה,
You know what to do. Na 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 Good energy in the room, darlings. Let's keep it up as we keep on singing, praising those lovely psalms as we get excited for Shabbat. And a very festive weekend it's going to be. More about that later, though. We're going to continue on page 17 to 18 with Mizmor Shiru Ladonai.
אדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה, הושיע לו ימינו וזרוע קודשו, הודיע לנו ישועתו, לעיני הברית גילה צדקתו, זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל, ראו כל נפסי הארץ את ישועת אלוהינו, הביאו לאדוני כל הארץ, פיצחו ורננו וזמרו, זמרו לאדוני בכינור בכל זמרה, בחצות ובקול שופר, הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושבי בה, נהרות שמחה וכף, יחד הרים ירננו לאדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ,
you love Shabbat.
La 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 la
We turn now to the heart of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi, that beautiful love song. It's also, I think, there to celebrate Uri's bar mitzvah, because it is the psalm, the prayer that has his name in it the most out of all the other Kabbalat Shabbat prayers. So count how many times we see Uri mentioned in this prayer. So there you go. We dedicate this to you, for you are the light of our lives. Page 23, Lecha Dodi, that final verse, we will stand if we can, and we'll really invite the Sabbath into our hearts and into our prayer space.
Not yet. Wait for the last verse.
You're so keen. You're like, Shabbos, come
There's
to me.
9 of them. Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu Ela meyuchad Adonai echad U'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat
Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habaracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshavat hilah
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzedi Mitoch hafecha rav lach shevet V'yemek habacha v'hu yachamol Alayich chemla Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela
Itna ari me'ar farkumi livshi bigdei tirfartech ami al yad ben yishai beit halachni karva ha'el nafshi ga'alai
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri kiva orech Kumi uri Shir dameri kevod Adonai Alayich nigla
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lo tevoshi v'lo tikami matish tochaki U'mahate'emi bahak yechesu aniei ami v'nivnetar ir al tilah
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela V'hayu limshisa shasayich v'rachaku kol Mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kala Lecha Dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela yamin usmol tifroti v'et Adonai tariti al yad ish ben parti v'nismecha v'nagila lechadodi
Now.
mikrat ka'ala pene Shabbat
Kabbalat, turn and face the entrance. Bo'i v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simecha, u'b'tzolato chemune, am segula, bo'i chala. Bo'i chala lechadodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela yalai lai 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 nai 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 lai lai nai 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 lai lai lai.
Shabbat Shalom. One of the many times that we issue in Shabbat, that was physically into the room. We're going to do it spiritually with the Shabbat candles soon, but first we have our psalm for Shabbat. It's Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, and it is on page 27.
Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, le'agid b'boker chesdecha, le'emunatcha b'leilot, le'agid b'boker chesdecha, le'emunatcha b'leilot. Alei asar ve'alei na ve'alei
We're now towards the bottom of page 28, that final paragraph beginning Tzadik Katamar.
Tzadik Katamar yifrach ke'erez b'Lebanon yizkeh shetulim b'beit Adonai b'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seva deshenim v'ra'ananim iyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tsuri tsuri velo alata bo.
I think we've sung enough songs for Kabbalat Shabbat, don't you? I think we've done a fine job. Lots of ruach, clapping, celebrating. We're so excited Shabbat is here. And we get to offer the really most visual sign now that Shabbat is here, that of the Shabbos candlelights. So it gives me so much joy to invite Dana and Ella up to the candle lighting area. You are going to just be the people to bring that light physically into the sanctuary at this point. They have this honor because they are little sis and Ima of the bar mitzvah boy. So we're going to be hearing a bit more about that presently. But first, feel free. You trust your daughter to light the matches, playing with fire? Go for it. And if you can, I encourage you to stand and we'll kind of say the blessing together. And for those of you at home, you can do the same with your own candles. Sing that. We'll go na 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 na. The air conditioning is strong. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav Vetzivanu lahadlik ner Vetzivanu lahadlik ner Vetzivanu lahadlik ner Shehel Shabbat. Yay, toda rabba. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Mwah. Hugs and kisses to all. And actually, Dana, you're going to stay standing as you're going to bring Uri up. And Golan, get on up here, sir. You are going to take this moment, which is traditionally a time after the candles where we bless our children and realize just how much we love them. They're going to give you just a few special words and maybe even show you something that you'll get to use this weekend. So everyone else, take a seat, and we invite the bar mitzvah family up to the bima.
Your parents, why don't you come stand over here? We'll swing the microphone to you. Stand here and look at your parents, gaze upon them lovingly. Whoever is speaking, speak into the microphone. Okay.
Uri. Shabbat shalom. So we read about mitzvat tzitzit. We're going to give you a talit today in Parshat Shlach Lecha, which is the haftarah you're going to read for us tomorrow. Now Rashi says that the mitzvat tzitzit is mentioned there after the story of the spies, because our eyes and hearts are just like the spies of the body. The eyes see and the heart desires, not necessarily what is good to our soul. The tzitzit that adorns the edges of your talit is the reminder of what links us to God and to the Torah. We find holiness at the edges between day and night, between inside and outside, between childhood and adulthood. When you wrap yourself in this talit, may you feel enfolded in the loving embrace of Hashem. When you notice your tzitzit, may you be reminded to lead a life of mitzvot and awareness.
So come back tomorrow to see what that talit looks like on Uri. Golan, that's such beautiful, deep, wonderful words. I nominate you to be our next assistant rabbi. He's so smart, so smart. Sorry, it's painful, I know, for some of us. I'm actually going to say a few sentences now, and you're going to tell me what's wrong with them, or just not quite right. They're not wrong, but they're just a bit off. You know what, I'll take center stage. Actually, no, most of you are here, we're fine. My black top is black. Those burning candles are burning. I was singing with Cantor Aronoff, the cantor. Sing, Cantor Aronoff, the singing one. Those are just some examples. I could go on forever. What is just slightly off about how I'm phrasing them and what's going on there? Don't be shy. Stating the obvious, right? There are very good literary terms for this. It is resumptive, repetitive, redundant. These are the 3 R's for those of you who like your English literature and grammar. My black top is black. Sing, Cantor Aronoff, the singing one. It is a piece of information that's happening twice, and I should have just stopped halfway through because no new information is given. Or maybe it's emphatic. It's really hammering the point home and emphasizing, my black top is black. And when you leave the room, you really remember the blackness of my black top. Cantor Aronoff sings so well and so often that she really is a singing singer, so sing away. These are good things. Now, I'm telling you this at this moment because we have just such repetition and seemingly redundant phrases in the very next prayer that we're going to recite together. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Bless Adonai, the blessed one. You've got the Baruch there, hamavorach, mavorach, borech. That's the same root as blessed. So we're actually saying the same thing twice. So let's talk about what's going on here. We, in this moment, want to keep this blessing simple, focused, and pure. We want to connect God and evoke praise, our gratitude. We ask nothing of God in this moment. There are many blessings, many paragraphs of blessings that are so complex with gives and takes and do this for me because and I need this pretty, pretty please. But at this moment, we're only interested in praise. And we list no other attributes. We don't say, God, you're kind or you're powerful, creative, merciful, or even funny. We just say, we praise you. You are worthy of blessing and we bless you. Now, it's a novelty, in fact, because originally it was God who would always do the blessings for us, for humanity. So what we do is we twist it back to God and bless God, and that's actually a really beautiful moment in itself, to say, I want nothing more, God, than to praise you. And hey, in this Baruch Hu moment, if you really push us to describe God, well, we still won't, because what we'll do in the next line is add something else, which also doesn't really help us. The next line is, Le'olam va'ed. We say, Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach, Baruch Adonai hamavorach le'olam va'ed, which is, again, not really giving us anything else. All it tells us is, well, we want to praise you, and this is how long you deserve to be praised, forever and ever, for all eternity. And again, not saying new information. It's just saying, you're blessed, you're still blessed, you're always going to be blessed, you will always be blessing, we bless you. And in case you missed the point, this line in our prayer books is repeated, right? We have the Chazan, the prayer leader, will do the Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach, then the congregation responds, and then the leader responds as well. So we've said this 3 times, just to ensure that we're on the same page. And we often rush this line as well, this prayer, we autopilot it. But this weekend and going forward, the reason I'm just drawing our attention to this, apart from just enjoying the absurdity of the repetitive language and realizing just how little we say and how little it says, I also just want us to take that step back and realize how much it says and how deeply and strongly it reveals just how much in that moment we just want to praise God. And we'll do it when we get to the Shema with all our hearts, all our souls, and all of our strength. And it's why we bow in that moment, because God is beyond us, too much. Our existence, the universe, just us being here, it's big and scary and overwhelming. And so we almost tremble and break in the moment of it. And we approach our Creator, and we use our bodies to do that. And so I call us to prayer. We're going to pray the Baruch Hu momentarily when I shut up. And it doesn't matter if you can't physically stand, but we can emotionally stand to attention. We can be fully conscious when we say those words, those short words. And it's okay if we're angry at God in the moment, if we don't believe in God or whatever, because here's the beauty, really, of praising. And this is a big Rabbi Bernhardt thing. Praising really benefits the praiser, because what it really is it's a spiritual practice. Gratitude will help us feel grateful that we have what we have and that we are blessed ourselves. It's a surrender of the ego and of what we think the world should be. As Rabbi Dorff tells us in his book, My People's Prayer Book, the call to bless God is just to acknowledge God, and in doing so, to transcend our self-centered view of the world and our self-congratulatory stance within it. So come, let us pray the Baruch Hu. Let's be repetitive, but see what it really says about us and how we feel. We are on page 39a, and we will stand if we can physically, and if we don't want to stand physically, we can direct our attentions to it emotionally.
Lai, 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 lai,
Amen. We can now switch off our attention, sit down. It's all good. We've got our blessings before the Shema. We're now on page 40. Nearly on page 40.
El chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chalenu le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch hu b'shemo.
ha'ma'ari v'aravi. Mahavat olam beit Yisrael. V'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim, baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol miodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ugshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך בחיי.
On page 42, the second and third paragraphs of the Shema can be found, and we'll just read those to ourselves. Adonai Elohechem emet, emet emunah kol zot v'kayam aleinu, ki hu Adonai Eloheinu v'aleinu. Top of page 44. Umalchuto baratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lecha anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru laham mihi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mihi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot hosefele nora tehilot hosefele Malchut Zachara u'banecha bokeach yam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'amru Adonai himloch le'olam va'ed v'nehema ki fada Adonai et Yaakov u'ga'alo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Gal Yisrael. Page 45. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim v'chos aleinu sukat shlomecha v'tchaim Necha v'sheni l'ma'im shemecha So, okay, Ushmor tzeitenu u'vo'enu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata v'yad olam u'fros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch ata Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. The Shamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם
ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, וביום השביעי ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל
ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ויאמר דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי.
בחייכון וביום
יומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ליומי יומיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויפור ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו Amen. It's Amidah time, and as it is Mariv, we just daven this to ourselves in our own space and time. So again, I invite you to lean into this, be a little bit intimate with God or the inner voice in your head. We start on page 47, it'll end by 52, and we'll kind of come back together again when the majority of us are done with an Oseh Shalom.
Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, Amen. Yalma divra chiru tevim lichma v'teva chayachona v'yemechona v'chaydocha beit Yisrael ba'agala v'yisman kariv imeru. Amen. Yesh me'rabba mevorach li'olam li'omei omaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipor v'yituma min ha'sei v'nadar v'nila v'dilal shmeinu kudesha brichu li'ela min kol berachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata tamiram b'yama v'imeru. Amen. Titkabel tzelotohon uvautohon d'cho Yisrael kodam avuhon divishmaya v'imeru. Amen. Yesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'cho Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Ohoseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'cho Yisrael v'el kol yoshvei tevel v'imeru. Amen.
Amen indeed. And Kaddish means that next up is Kiddush. And we're going to be asking our Bar Mitzvah boy to lead us in Kiddush. So get on up and get ready to do so. But before you do so, we just want to motivate you by giving you gifts and saying, because you've worked so hard and for so long and really looked forward to this day and you're possibly a little bit scared as well, we want to bolster you by saying all of Adat Ariel loves you. In fact, the Jewish community loves you. And we all got together, the entire Jewish community, and said, let's give you gifts. So the JNF have planted trees in Israel to celebrate you. And the Jewish Teen Initiative have also ganged together to give you vouchers and bling and swag that you can use. The men of Adat and the women of Adat have gotten together as well, and you've got a kippah and even, and this is really special, a mezuzah that you can use and even decorate it now on your bedroom, or when you move home and it's your first new home, you can go, boom, Adat Ariel still fondly remembers you. And you've got the Jewish Federation also chipped in and gave you a book about why Israel matters today. It's such a cool, multifaceted look at how wonderful the modern state of Israel is. And USY have given you a B'Kol Echad with all of the prayers and songbooks that you need for a Shabbos that you can go on camp with. And of course, Adat Ariel, just mamash, has got you a certificate of your bar mitzvah. And we've also gotten you a gift kind of voucher that you can use to put towards either an experience at a Jewish summer camp or a trip to Israel, like an organized Jewish experience, because we know that that's where Judaism thrives so much, when you're with people your own age in the sun, and it's just real, and we want to make sure that you're supported throughout your life. So just enjoy this big bag of swag, but in exchange, please, darling, lead us in the Kiddush. So come on up, we're going to get you some grape juice, and please be upstanding if you are able to, and at home you can drink with us too.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחלנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim, please feel free to drink from that. Amen again. Mazel tov. That was beautiful. We are in for a treat tomorrow with that flawless Israeli accent. So come on back. Thank you so much for leading that. enjoy. You can return to your family, but we're going to stay standing for Aleinu. And just to pause very briefly, it is an Omer count. We're going to be moving up in the world, higher and higher to get to Shavuot, but it's not halachically time. It's still very bright outside. So what I can tell you is today is day 13 right now. So just do the math, and in a few minutes or hours, you're welcome to go home and then say the bracha on what day follows 13. Yeah, we covered it? You good? You can do that kind of arithmetic. It's very complex. I can mime it with my fingers, but anyway. But we're going to stay standing for Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. תקין עולם במלכות שדי וכל בני בצורה. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד,
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Let's everyone sit down, because we're just going to pause now. And while we had so much joy with the wine and with the celebration, we always have moments of grief when we have to lean back into the horrible fact that we're mortals and not everyone is here with us who we wish and who we love could be there. So we take this time to have a Kaddish Yatom in every single service, no matter what. Adat Ariel wants to offer condolences to the family of friends of Jerome Isaacs, who passed away on April 28th. The funeral is going to be on Monday, May 2nd, and we just want to wish his family and friends condolences over that. He had great grandchildren, so it was a long life, but still, it's something, isn't it? And we're also going to read out the names of all of those in the upcoming week who have yortzites. That's a tradition we often do at Adat Ariel. And then if you want to add any other names, feel free, and then we'll say Kaddish Yatom. But in this week, we are going to observe the yortzites of Herman Alpert, Jenny Brief, Lucille Serlin, Seymour Geller, Leo Guzik, Harry Rosenthal, David Shellist, Shirley Cabot, Janine Ludwig, Sally Shellist Perlow, Marjorie Gilbert, Fanny Letsky, Hella Levy, Philip Loffman, Susie Rubenstein, Mary Sobel, Stephen Berger, Philip Gilman, Gussie Grossman, Anne Koppel, Julia Lake, Susan Nussbaum, Annalie Price, Ivan Ezel, Herbert Ginsberg, Goldie Kaddish, Selma Perelstein, Ida Bavacqua, Victor Spitz, Marion Whale, Bernice Altschul, Belle Bragman, Itzhak Eli, Sol Hersig, David Krutschik, and Ethel Simon. And apologies if I mispronounced any name. Anyone else want to say out loud the name or names? Thank you, Larry. We'll hold any names in our hearts of those individuals that we are saying Mourners Kaddish for, and I invite all those who are in mourning to rise, and we will say this prayer together. It is on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudusha le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May their memories give you that warm feeling inside and inspire you to do good deeds in this world. We just have a couple of announcements. The first one being Mazel Tov again to the Friedman family on the occasion of Uri's Bar Mitzvah. We can't wait to keep on celebrating, and you started us off so wonderfully. And also a big Shabbat Shalom to everyone out there, and a big Shabbat Shalom especially and a Toda Rabah to Cantor Aronoff, who not only cantored, but also accompanied herself. And that is because, well, you may miss the tinkling of the keys from David Kamener, but that's because he's going to be here later for a special Friday night oneg. So if you want to stay around, you can do so. I've got a piece of paper in front of me that tells the exact time of
8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock, there you go. So that's something that's coming up, as is this weekend the installation of our wonderful senior new rabbi. So that's at 5:30 p.m. Again, you've probably already got tickets. It's probably too late, so I don't even know why I'm telling you, but you might be able to live stream it if you're like, oh, I wanted to have seen that, but I didn't get the chance to RSVP. If you want to meet Rabbi Schuldenfrei because you haven't had the chance yet, or you just want to meet him again and ask him really annoying questions, May 9th is your opportunity to do so. He is opening the floodgates, and you can have coffee with him on M Street. It's in Sherman Oaks from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just stop on by. He'll buy you a coffee, and you can kibbutz or kvetch. It's your choice, depending on what mood you're in. The ECC Art Gallery is also coming up Sunday, May 14th at 8 p.m. It's a big fundraiser for everyone, but especially for the ECC. It's adorable, and you'll even see Jonah Yarkin's tribute to the color blue. Ooh. So he will be featured strongly in the evening. We've got ongoing programs as well as special ones. I'm going to let Cantor Aronoff talk about a certain musical Friday night coming up in a week. But we've also got every Tuesday late afternoon a beautiful combination, a spiritual program whereby there is both yoga, but also fun text studies, lifting the spirit for body and soul, a spiritual track there led by Rabbi Schuldenfrei. That's all to fill your brains with for now. So Cantor Aronoff, tell us about the special week coming up.
So 1 week from tonight is Naranana, usually later on in the month, but I'll tell you why in a moment. It is not later on in the month. So 1 week from tonight, which is the first Shabbos, Erev Shabbat in May, will be Naranana. So should be lots of fun, so come to that. The second Shabbat of every month is now our family Friday nights, and that is in 2 weeks. 3 weeks from tonight, we are having a special birthday party. It's Rabbi Rothblum's birthday. Ooh. And we are having a later Friday night service, not at 6 o'clock, so all of you who come all the time at 6 o'clock, wherever you may be, services are at 7:30 p.m. on Friday night, May 20th, and we are being joined by the Los Angeles Zimriah Chorale, who will do a service of Rabbi Rothblum's music. So it's going to be magnificent. So I urge you all to come, and if you don't feel like cooking dinner that night, sign up for the 6 o'clock dinner beforehand. And then the final Friday night of the month is, among other things, the next piano bar, because the piano bar is the last Friday night of every month at 8 p.m., featuring the most magnificent David Kaminer on the keyboard. So that is our Friday nights coming up in the month of May. Enjoy. And now I'm going to call upon Rabbi Yarkin to choose whether she wants to end the service in Adon Olam or Yigdal.
It's Adon Olam.
Don't take too long.
It's half as long, and it's on page 211.
Wow,
I will never do Yigdal over Adon Olam. I love Adon Olam. It is a beautiful, very positive, wonderful, rum-bum type exclamation of the 13 attributes of Hashem. So we're going to do it to a nice Shabbat morning tune. Or at least I grew up in the Orthodox movement singing this to Anim Zemirot that we don't normally do. But the way we do this is we go, Ay, 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 Adon Olam asher mahala b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ed nasa v'chetzo kol azayin l'shemo nikra v'acharei kivlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara Ay, 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 v'hu echad v'ein sheni l'hamshil lo l'hachbira b'li reshit b'li tachlit v'lo ha'oz v'hamizra v'hu eli v'chai goli v'tzur chevli b'eit zara v'hu nisi umanos li menat kosi b'yom ekra Ay, 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 b'yado avkid ruchi b'et ishan v'a'ira v'im ruchi gevi'ati v'lo Adonai li v'lo ira Shabbat Shalom, go and eat and be merry and come back tomorrow at 9:30-ish or later, but there'll be some wonderful Torah. Stay around. The eating can be done here.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Mwah. It's such a pleasure. Had a strong cup of coffee before that, so yeah. I know, but I'm back now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do July as well.